Now, you guys have heard about paternity fraud and women getting pregnant by other men, trying to pull the wool over some guy's eyes. And we talk about this from Jamaica to Nigeria and including the States, where a lot of you guys are taking care of children that just aren't yours, and a woman will look you straight in the face at night. But it's getting even more crazy here in the States. And this story right here, I've heard people say this from certain states, but to see this actually happen to this dude is crazy, guys. But without further ado, let's jump into this clip. Let's go.
Divorced dad was ordered to pay child support for a child who isn't his. He turned to our Target 8 investigators for help. We uncovered it's perfectly legal for the state to order him to pay support for another man's child and to deny biological fathers who want to pay from doing so. Target 8's Heather Walker exposes a law that's being called outrageous.
Joseph Shamilar is a divorced dad of two. Not even 9 months after the split, Joe got some shocking news from his boys.
They got in the car and they were bouncing up and down, telling me that mom has a new baby. And I said, well, is she babysitting? Is she, is she looking after someone?
So you didn't think it was real?
No, I had no idea.
His ex-wife had given birth. She had gotten pregnant during their separation by another man. Legally, she was still married to Joe. Court papers clearly acknowledge the baby is not Joe's, but Albert Bush's, and that Bush had established a personal, financial, or custodial relationship with the child. The court ordered medical expenses be split between the biological parents. But the Friday before Father's Day, Joe got a letter in the mail from friend of the court.
I thought, my God, this is hilarious. It's Father's Day weekend, and here's the biggest joke that I think I've ever had played on me transpiring right now.
The letter said he owed $8,500 in back child support plus medical expenses for a baby his ex-wife had with another man.
Hold the phone now. So while they're separated, she's obviously getting her cheeks clapped by another dude. A dude is actively squirting and gets her pregnant. And because they're still married, he's still responsible for the medical expenses and back child support. And he finds this out during Father's Day weekend for a child that isn't his. The women like this, and I'm not saying all women, but a lot of you women are evil when it comes to child support in the court system. And the other father will sit back and just laugh. Do you not have any dignity or pride to say, hey, I'm going to laugh while this other guy is taking care of my child financially? Do you not care? And this dude is getting railroaded. And I would be like, yeah, this is a joke. $8,000 in back child support while she was getting her cheeks clapped by another dude, and I'm responsible? Who's pushing for this? Obviously, she's pushing for this, and for the courts to actually acknowledge that this isn't this man's child through DNA test, but due to whatever the law is for that state because it's married. And I see a lot of people in the comments were saying this on videos that I've covered in the past in reference to this. I covered a video before where another guy, I think he carried it was a disease that was hereditary. No, he didn't have the disease, but his son had it. I can't name it off top. And there was no way, as him being the father, biologically could have passed it on to the son. So that's how he found out. And this is crazy. And she still tried to get him for child support, even though he filed for divorce for this kid. Man, listen. Anyway, let's play the rest of the clip. Let's go.
So the court was asking you to pay for a child that's not yours.
Exactly.
I went to Ottawa County front of the court office to get answers. How is this legal? Their spokesperson agreed to do an on-camera interview, but on the scheduled day changed his mind and would only answer our questions over the phone. He told us it didn't matter who the biological dad is, only what's in the best interest of the child. In other words, which one can take best care of the child financially. The court decided that was Joe. Do you think this law needs to be changed in any way? We went straight to the man who tried to fix the law, Senator Rick Jones.
I certainly would agree that if you're married to someone, they then run off and have a child by another man, that you should not have to pay child support. That seems a bit outrageous.
The original law was written back in 1956. It said if a child is born to a married woman, the biological dad has no legal rights. Last year, it was updated to allow husbands like Joe to fight financial responsibility. What's the biggest problem with the law and the language, would you say?
It's not clearly drafted.
Melissa Drake is Joe's attorney. She tells us the law isn't just failing him, It's not working for biological dads either. Rob Recknagel says he's had trouble eating and sleeping since.
Did you guys hear that? Ladies think it's funny because they like to punish men. They like to see men break down. They like to destroy men. And other toxic women encourage this type of fuckery. They encourage this type of BS. And it's crazy. 1956, obviously there wasn't DNA in place, right? There was no DNA testing and paternity testing in place like it is now. So you could say something like that. It would be like, unless you know definitively, in this case of his, if he wasn't sleeping with the woman and she turns up pregnant, obviously it's not his child. But divorces weren't as complicated as they are right now either. Now it's just a racket. It's a complete racket when it comes to this. And for a man to have to go through this and you have to fight in court, spend money. And a lot of judges sometimes, if you guys didn't know, they'll tell you they won't let you represent yourself. You'll have to get an attorney. That's how wicked this system is, guys. So basically what that boils down to is that your wife, whatever, she could run off with the pookie she always wanted to give the cheeks up to, right? She could go sleep with him knowing that he can't take care of the kid. He don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. She could go sleep with this pookie, get pregnant, and because he doesn't have a job and you do, you're forced to take care of this baby. Because who the hell thinks of this other than, and obviously it's men that are passing these laws. It's not women, it's the dudes, because they know it's bullshit. They know women are emotional and they're going to go for it. And the attorneys, I've had people in the comments say the attorneys, even though you, the husband and wife, are amicable, they try to draw tension between the two so that they can stretch it out so they can make more money the more they spend instead of having an amicable divorce. Fellas, another reason why men don't want to get married in a case like this, as opposed to if y'all weren't married, she really wouldn't have a foot to stand on. But being that you're married, she could leave you, kick you out the house, have you pay all this stuff, get her cheeks clapped by another guy, and you still, I bet all this, let's just paint the picture before we get out of here. I did a video about a guy who, a woman, according to him, filed a false A-word claim against him. He had to leave his house. And basically what would end up happening is that he would have to pay child support, have to pay the mortgage, have to pay everything to upkeep the house. And let's say she went and got pregnant, for example, he would have to pay for that as well. How wicked is the law for that, man? That's crazy. That's beyond crazy. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, though. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. Helps us support the channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah. 50 Cent. 50. Part 2. Bring it back. Yeah. Can't forget Tony. 50. UK.